Good evening. I have always talked about starting businesses with zero capital. In all my interviews in vernacular Tamil, whenever I have spoken either directly on my channel or given an interview to other YouTube channels, when young kids ask me, I always say them the best businesses are started with zero capital and maybe out of your house or at best from a garage. Whenever I tell them this, people don't take me seriously. People tell me that I should get my head examined and decide whether what I'm saying is true. But what they don't understand is most of the world's biggest businesses have been started with zero capital. It's very difficult to start with a capital and start to grow. If the founding principles of your companies are good and the core team of yours is good, then you will be able to build a world class company from your garage. And so, therefore, to convince you people today that you can become one of the world's largest companies just from starting from even a boot of your car. That is, by boot, I mean the dicky of your car. From there, you can become one of the world's largest companies. Today, I am going to talk about 9 such companies which will surely inspire you to start your own company from the garage of your house or that of your relative. And if you cannot find garage in a city, maybe start from your bedroom today. The first company I'm going to talk about is a company called Nike. Nike was a company started by Philip Knight and his academics coach. What do I mean by academics coach? In America, there's a concept that if you're an athlete, you will get a scholarship to go to college. You do both your academics and you also continue to run in that university team. Philip Knight, the man who founded this company, was also a person who won a scholarship. Philip Knight was a nice guy but could never become one of the top athletes of his company. His coach was a world class coach. So he decided that after he graduated, he would start a company by making shoes exclusively for athletes. When they started as distributing shoes which were imported from Japan. They could not afford a space, so the shoes were imported from Japan. Phil Knight brought it in his boot of his car and started to distribute it. Then his coach designed a shoe for athletes which would make it easy for them to run, and thus was born Nike, shoe designed in America, manufactured across the world in Asia, so that American athletes could perform better. Over a period of time, many great players have endorsed Nike, Magic Johnson being the most popular. When we look back to the origins of Nike, one must remember that Nike started from the dicky of the car of Philip Knight, and today Philip Knight is one of the richest men in the world. The second company I want to talk about is Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson is a world popular motorcycle today. Everyone aspires one day to have an Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson tried to manufacture their bikes in India, but they could not succeed and thus have closed their manufacturing here and have appointed Hero Motors as their distributor, and the bikes will come in knockdown kits, get assembled by Hero and supply. This is an iconic bike inspiring biker clubs all over the world. Harley Davidson was started by William S. Harvey and his friend in a 15-foot wooden cabin in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Today, it is one of the most iconic brands in the world. Third, Google. Two kids in Stanford University wrote an algorithm for their PhD. The algorithm was to search the internet and find whatever you wanted. They wrote a very powerful search engine which was very efficient. Along on the encouragement of their professor, they started a company. And this company became morphed into what is Alphabet today, one of the most powerful company. Google is a synonym for finding roots. Google is what is enabling for you to see this video, and all that was possible with Larry Page and Sergey Brin starting in a garage in Menlo Park, California, from one of their colleagues. The name of the colleague who gave her garage was Susan Wojcicki, who later joined Google. Susan is today the CEO of this video sharing platform through which I am reaching you out. The lady who is the CEO of YouTube gave these two people the space to start Google. Fourth is Jeff Bezos' Amazon. Jeff Bezos was working for D.E. Shaw, one of the world's biggest investment banking house. He had this idea during the internet bubble that he could sell books online. No bookshop in the world can have all the titles stored at one place. Jeff Bezos thought that he could create a virtual bookshop and ask the suppliers to sell books to him on demand, and he could convince his consumers to order it on demand. He also improvised on cash flow. He collected money upfront from the consumer and delayed payments to his supplier and was always running on a positive cash flow. This enabled him to run at an actual loss for several years till cloud made him very profitable. Number 5 is Dell Computers. Michael Dell started Dell Computers from a dormitory originally and then occupied the garage of his parents. Michael Dell figured out that he could assemble computers and manufacture them better than many of his branded peers. He assembled computers for himself and for his friends. Then he got a brainwave that he could take Toyota's just-in-time technology and put it on manufacturing of computers. Dell started to manufacture a computer only when you ordered it. There was no inventory cost or nothing. The moment you ordered, then the material came from the OEM manufacturers, got assembled, and went to the consumer. This meant lean inventory and also meant that customers could order any configuration they wanted. This also meant that Dell did not carry the risk of obsolescence. Number 6 is the famous Hewlett and Packard, which started the Silicon Revolution. Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard started HP in Packard's garage in 1939. They started them manufacturing measuring instruments. The garage in Palo Alto, California, which where they started in 1939, is marked as the birthplace of Silicon Valley. So this is whenever you go to Silicon Valley and you want to know where it started, you will know for sure where it started. It started in Palo Alto in Dave Packard's house. Apple is a company where Steve Jobs and his partner started assembling computers for orders which they picked up based on the design made by Steve Jobs' partner. This company today has grown into one of the most profitable companies in the world with more than $1 trillion in valuation. These are all tech related companies except perhaps Harley Davidson. But you would not expect this company which I am going to talk about. Walt Disney and his brother Roy started a company from garage which they used to make animations based on written sketches and run using movie projectors. They discovered Mickey Mouse. Walt Disney was considered a failure till then and went on to create an iconic company which is a media giant today. Walt Disney started from a simple origin from the garage of Disney Brothers. If these companies could do so much, I'm sure you will be inspired to do far. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification. नमस्कार, मेरा नाम आनंद श्रीनिवासन है और मैं एक पर्सनल फाइनेंस कंसल्टेंट हूँ। मैं 2 यूट्यूब चैनल चलाता हूँ पर्सनल फाइनेंस के बारे में। एक मनी पेज तमिल में है। मेरे बहुत से दोस्त बोले कि मैं हिंदी में एक चैनल शुरू करूं, तो मैंने एक पैसा बोलता है नाम का एक हिंदी चैनल शुरू किया है। मैं पर्सनल निवेश के बारे में ही बात करूंगा। आप उसको सब्सक्राइब करें, अपने दोस्तों को शेयर करें। अगर आप हिंदी नहीं जानते हैं तो पैसा करें। जो आपके दोस्त हिंदी जानते हैं उनको सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।